All right, the third stumbling block for week 2 is distraction. We've talked about fear, we've talked about pride, and then distraction is kind of a culmination of all of these things because there's so many different distractions that we have in our day. And so it's important for you to identify what those distractions are so that you can move forward, eliminate those things, and gain the focus and intention that you need in your life to have a transformation. Receive that doubled success that you enrolled to accomplish and receive in your life. Now, what does distraction truly mean? Now, I want you to identify what you truly value in life, because this is going to help you identify what is distracting you from those truly valuable things. So if I were to ask you, what do you truly value? How would you answer that question? Write it down right now. Write that down. What do you truly value? And answer that question. Write down the top 5 things that you value the most. I guarantee you it's going to be your spouse or your family first, and then it's going to come down to maybe religion, or it's going to come down to your work and your career, but that's going to be very important for you. Now, distraction is often not noticed by the distracted, because I worked in sales for years and years, and lots of people told me that they were productive, but yet they were swamped with no time to do what they wanted to do. And I looked at their calendars, and oftentimes it was just meetings and agendas that were not even theirs, that they didn't need to be part of, but it was something that they felt they had to be part of because they're part of that team or whatever it is. But that's just a distraction. Have someone take notes for you and go do the thing that you really want to. Now, this comes when others are losing the attention or engagement of the desired person. Distraction removes your presence. Even just a moment matters for those who matter most and what matters most. So maybe that's something that you need to identify as well right now, is not only what do you truly value, divide that into what matters most and who matters most, because those are two different things. What could be your career, who could be your family. It could be maybe that colleague that needs a little bit more attention and more connection with you. And you need to identify that. And lots of times you're going to find that it's a cell phone, it may be social media, it may be some tasks that are simply not in your job responsibility, but you keep doing over and over again because you do it best, or you think you do it best. That is common, is that you think that you do it best, but when in all reality, anyone could do that. So if you left tomorrow, that job or that responsibility would be fulfilled just perfectly fine. So eliminate the distractions that mean nothing to you. Identify them of who matters most and what matters most, and then everything else, set it off to the side. Do that for a week and find out how much more success you're going to have, because you're going to be doing the things that mean the most to you. Now, are you distracted? Ask yourself that. You may not think you're distracted, but as you go down this list of different things, I think you're going to find that that's not true. So win back your day with silencing the less important things and bring back your focus. What does it mean to be focused? What would others say your focus is? And that's something that is going to be really interesting to find out. Ask someone. Ask your boss or your team or your family. What, if you were to just write down all the things that I'm focused on, what would you say my focus is right now? And you may be really surprised by that feedback that you're getting from people. It actually may come across as almost criticism because you think you're focused on the right things when in their mind's eye you're focused on your cell phone, or you're focused in on being the last one to speak in a room, whatever it is, or that your story is better than the other person's. That doesn't matter. Focus on what is important and who is important in your life. Without goals and intentions, the focus of life dies out, and identifying your main focus will only result in greater joy. So really identify those things. In order to move forward with a goal or a path or anything like that, you're going to have more intention, more focus, especially if you're dreaming big. Too many of us don't dream big enough. Too many of us think that we have to have mediocre goals because that's what the world or society has told us to do. I'm telling you to dream big. Create a goal that is a major stretch for yourself, because that's how champions are created. And lastly, if you're not feeling like this, then there is some sort of stumbling block in your life. If you're not feeling like this picture that I'm showing you right now, this person with a cape standing on top of a building, if you're not feeling like that, you most likely have a stumbling block. Either it's fear, or it's pride, or it's a distraction. Fear and pride both are a distraction, but there may be more things that are tangible things that you can immediately eliminate. I hope that this week you are identifying those things that are deterring you from transforming. Next week, we're going to jump into transforming you as a being, as an individual, so that you can start influencing and contributing to the things that matter the most. And you will gain that double success that you enrolled to do.